Let's go Broncos! The most unexpected turnaround of the NFL season could happen this Sunday, and the Denver Broncos are right in the middle of it. What if I told you that the drama inside the Eagles locker room, an injured roster, and an enthusiastic former coach are all aligning for what could be the Broncos' biggest win in years? Oh, yes, this is so much more than just a game. This is personal. This is strategic. This could be the exact moment the Broncos go from rebuilding to dangerous. So, before I unpack all the pieces of this incredible puzzle, the injuries, the quarterback's evolution, and the storm brewing around A.J. Brown, you already know what to do. Click the like button right now if you're a true Denver Broncos fan and have been with us since the Elway days, and leave a comment saying, "Go, Broncos!" My heart bleeds orange and blue. Now get ready, because what's happening behind the scenes in Philadelphia and Denver is more explosive than anyone is saying, and I have the full story for you right now. The Denver Broncos are walking into this matchup against the Eagles with momentum and, frankly, opportunity. Why? Because the Philadelphia Eagles, the so-called number one team in the NFL, are not the same unstoppable force we saw last season. They're wounded, both literally and figuratively, and Denver has a real shot to take advantage of that. Let's start with the Eagles' injury situation. We're talking about 5 key players: Dallas Goedert, Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean, Adoree Jackson, and Lane Johnson. These aren't bench warmers. We're talking core players who make or break a game. Dallas Goedert, even though he returned to limited practice, is still not 100%. Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson, both absolute anchors on the defensive and offensive lines, are also limited. That's a huge blow to Philly's dominance in the trenches, which has historically been a major advantage. The Eagles' depth is being tested, and if Sean Payton and the Broncos' offense are smart, they're going to exploit these weaknesses from the opening snap. But that's not even the most explosive part of this story. Former Broncos head coach and current Eagles defensive coordinator Vic Fangio just lit a spark with his comments about Bo Nix, Denver's QB1. Let's not forget, Fangio's tenure in Denver was marred by a carousel of underwhelming quarterbacks: Joe Flacco, Drew Lock, and Teddy Bridgewater. None of them were the answer. So, when he was asked about Bo Nix, his response felt more than just analytical, it felt personal. He compared Nix to Baker Mayfield, saying he might as well be Baker's younger brother. Really good. Like really, really good, Fangio said. He's a scrambler. He's a competitor. He'll throw the ball in tight windows. He'll run their offense really well. That's high praise coming from a defensive mind who just won a Super Bowl last season. But let's be real, there's some sting behind those words. Fangio never got his quarterback in Denver, and now he's watching Sean Payton nurture a potential franchise star. This matchup against the Eagles isn't just another regular season game. It's a revenge game. For Vic Fangio, it's personal. You better believe he's going to come out firing, trying to prove he was never the problem in Denver. And for Bo Nix, this is a national stage, a chance to silence doubters and cement himself as the future of the franchise. The Broncos need to be sharp on both sides of the ball, no mistakes, no miscues. This game could be a defining moment in the 2025 season. And just when you think the Eagles couldn't be more distracted, here comes the A.J. Brown drama. This is where it gets juicy. After a win against the Buccaneers, Brown declined to speak to the media, then hours later posts a cryptic message on social media: "If you're not welcomed, not listened to, quietly withdraw." And when asked about it, he claims it had nothing to do with the Eagles. Really? This is a guy who's been openly frustrated about not getting enough targets in an offense that's already stacked. Now he's making passive-aggressive posts after refusing to speak publicly? If that isn't the classic diva wide receiver move, I don't know what is. He's not just frustrated, he's a ticking time bomb. He wants the ball when the game is on the line. He wants the spotlight, and if he doesn't get it early in Sunday's game, don't be surprised if he starts sulking right there on the sideline. And guess who's going to be on him all day long? Patrick Surtain too. The same PS2 who just completely shut down Jamar Chase on Monday Night Football. 8 targets, 5 catches, just 23 yards. That's not just good defense. That's elite shutdown cornerback play. If you ask me, this is only the beginning of something massive brewing in Denver. Now let's keep this fire going, because there's more to unravel in this storyline, and it goes way deeper than a simple win or loss. The Denver Broncos aren't just preparing for a Sunday showdown, they're building something that looks and feels different from what we've seen over the past few years. And it starts with one thing: identity. For the first time in a long time, this Broncos team feels like it has one. There's a sense of direction, a foundation, and that foundation starts under center with Bo Nix. Say what you will about rookie quarterbacks stepping into big moments, but Nix has been composed, efficient, and more importantly, fearless. What makes that so special is how quickly he's been able to earn the trust of the coaching staff, and maybe even more impressive, the locker room. You don't just walk in and command a huddle in Denver without proving something. The veterans on this team have been through chaos at the quarterback spot, and yet, there's a growing belief that Bo Nix isn't just the future, he's the right now. And Sean Payton? He's coaching like a man who knows he finally has his chess piece. The schemes are more creative. The tempo is shifting. The playbook is opening up in ways we haven't seen since the days of Pete Peyton Manning. And if Peyton really is the quarterback whisperer that his resume suggests, what we're watching now might only be a glimpse of what's to come in the second half of the season. But none of that means anything if the Broncos can't seize moments like this. Facing the Eagles on the road, against a defensive coordinator who knows your system, against a team coming off a Super Bowl win, with the national spotlight and playoff implications hovering, this is the kind of game that defines a team's trajectory. It's not just about beating Philly. It's about proving to the rest of the NFL that the Broncos are no longer rebuilding. They're here. And let's not underestimate how much pressure is on the Eagles this week. All the drama with A.J. Brown? That's not just a locker room issue. It's a culture issue. He can say whatever he wants about his cryptic posts not being about the team, but every coach and player knows that when a star wideout starts acting like that, it's a red flag. Philadelphia knows they're in a vulnerable spot. Their offensive line is banged up. Their playmakers are frustrated. Their fan base is anxious. That's not a team playing freely. That's a team trying not to collapse. And you know who's going to capitalize on that chaos? The Broncos defense. This is a unit that has been flying under the radar for too long. Pat Surtain, too, is finally getting his national due after blanketing Jamar Chase, but he's just one part of a secondary that's growing more confident with each passing week. And while Riley Moss will be tested against Devonta Smith, don't be surprised if he holds his own. Moss is a gritty, physical player who rises in tough matchups, and this game is going to test his limits. But here's the thing, Denver wants that. They want this fight, and they're ready for it. On the line, the key battle will be how the Broncos handle that limited but still dangerous Eagles front. Lane Johnson isn't fully healthy. Jalen Carter is nursing something. If Denver's O-line can protect Nix just long enough to get the ball out, especially against a secondary that's shown cracks, this game shifts in Denver's favor quickly. Add in some play action, a strong dose of the run game, and Bo Nix taking what the defense gives him, and suddenly you're talking about real offensive control. Let's not overlook the impact of motivation either. Vic Fangio wants revenge? Sure, but Denver wants redemption. This roster has been disrespected, overlooked, and called average for too long. They're not just trying to win, they're trying to reclaim respect around the league. And there's no better stage to do that than against the NFC's reigning powerhouse. So now we turn the page to Sunday. The stakes couldn't be higher. A win doesn't just keep playoff hopes alive, it shifts the narrative entirely around the Broncos. From underdogs to contenders, from rebuilding to rising, from forgotten to feared. If the Broncos walk into Lincoln Financial Field and walk out with a win, the message will be loud and clear. The Denver Broncos are back. And now, Broncos country, I want to hear from you. Do you believe Bo Nix is the real deal? Is he the future quarterback Denver's been waiting for? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a breakdown like this. And click one of the videos on your screen right now to keep that orange and blue energy rolling. Go Broncos!